Yeah. What was the issue today with being unable to stop them?
They did a lot of good things and had a good plan for what they wanted to execute. We had a couple times where we had some 50-50 plays that they made some plays we didn't, and they made some really good calls and had a good plan of attack. Isolated some people, got one-on-one situations, and we just didn't do a good enough job of having a good enough plan to answer everything how they were trying to do it. And we came back and made our second half adjustments. Had a couple things go, just started kind of snowballing. I felt like we were chasing money.
The run game in particular, I think their lead back had 200 yards. What was the issues that you guys faced in the run game?
We broke the 90-yarder right at the start of the second half. The first drive, we had a couple plays where we were right there, and he did a heck of a job. He had a really good run. They knew how they wanted to go, how they wanted to get the ball into the teeth of some things and counter it back. But the 92-yarder, that was a gut punch, and that was going to see exactly what happened with it and have a really good idea of what happened. But at that point, trying to sell out, trying to stop the run, and once it gets past one level or two levels, you're trying to make something happen. The quarterback run aspect that they had it as an element, added a couple things that kind of transitioned from a couple coverages a little bit than we wanted to, and felt like I was just trying to chase the game a little bit too much.
They started the game fast. Was there ever a point where you felt like that you could get it back in control, or was it?
Yeah, I thought we could. I mean, because the first drive, we said there were all correctable things. We saw what they were doing. We came back, we made the adjustments, and then had a couple of 50-50 balls that we've made, and a couple 50-50 balls that they made the catch on, a couple 50-50 runs that we missed to tackle, a couple, like I said, situations where we were right there, or they got a leverage on us, or they did some things that had a great play. I think our kids battled, our kids played really well, our kids made a lot of plays. I got to do a better job of putting them in the best situation every time, and not letting what they do sometimes dictate that. And like I said, that's ultimately comes down to me.
You think you got out schemed? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think he had a good plan. I think he had a good plan. He's been doing this a long time, and he's got a great offensive scheme, and they do what they do. Once we were chasing the game, I felt like I had to get a little bit more one-dimensional instead of being multiple, and I've said it, anyone that'll listen to me, if we're not able to be multiple, we end up being predictable. And when we end up being predictable, it's easy for them to see or attack things the way they want to do. Our kids played their butts off. Our kids did everything we asked them to do. I got to do a better job of maybe not jumping off script too soon and making sure I've always got counter punches ready at a sooner time.
A lot of talk about tough to get ready emotionally for this game after last Saturday. Do you think you guys did get to where they needed to be to start this game?
Yes, I do. I think our kids practiced. I mean, I don't know the numbers right now, but I'll speak, personally with what we do defensively and how our kids will practice. Wednesday was one of our best practices that we've had. Even speaking like Kendall Daniels, he's starting to get back to being healthy. He had one of his best practices on Wednesday. We had a great practice on Thursday. So nothing to do with that. I thought our kids were ready to go. I just thought they did some really good things, and ultimately, like I said, it all comes down on me. So I'll take blame for it. I got to get better. I will get better, and we'll go back to work next week.
How do you flip the page, I guess, on this one and go into next week?
Same way I've done it every week. Today's the worst we'll ever be. I'll find a way somehow tomorrow to get back to work. I'll figure out what exactly we got hit with, how exactly things need to be corrected. Like I said, I have an idea. I know it. I watched the game. I saw it live. Had answers for what they were trying to do and knew where the problems were. But I need to do everything I need to do in my power to make sure I have counter punches to what they're seeing or see what the answers are sooner.